Our next film is Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Frances McDormand plays a grieving mother of a murdered daughter who is determined to get the local police force to put in more effort in catching her daughter's killer. Woody Harrelson is the police chief, and one of his deputies is played by Sam Rockwell. And this is a very unique film, is that it is able to balance some very serious drama along with some very funny dark comedy. This is in my top 10 films of the year, and gets a solid 3.5 out of 4 stars for me.
You know, I like the movie too, although not quite as much as you. I thought, it was definitely interesting, and I give it a 3 out of 4. I encourage everyone to see it. I just thought that, it's very similar to Fargo, which is not a bad thing. I mean, as they say, if you're gonna, copy from the best, or something along those lines, and Fargo is a masterpiece. It's a great, great movie. And I just think that, there's some great comedy, there's some great drama, and some fantastic acting. Frances McDormand and Woody Harrelson in particular have never been better. And Sam Rockwell is well on his way to getting a long overdue Oscar. I just think that the tonal shifts weren't clean. Sometimes they were so sudden and so dramatic that it kind of caused like some sort of mental and emotional whiplash. I do think, like I said, it's worth seeing. I just can't recommend it quite as highly as you did.
Okay, yeah.
But I do want to reemphasize how good the acting in this movie is. It's exceptional. Frances McDormand may win a second Oscar for her performance in this movie, and I have no problem with that. Sam Rockwell, he's just a great, up-and-coming character actor. He's been working, in bit parts for so long, and he's finally getting, the attention and praise that he deserves. I think he gives a great performance in this movie as a man full of anger and hatred, but not much intelligence. Personally, I don't think it's his best performance. I thought he was a lot better in The Way Back, but that's just me. And I want to mention Woody Harrelson here, because this guy started out on Cheers. He's known for his comedy and his action movies and his light stuff. That all changed, with People versus Harry Flint and The Messenger. And lately, apart from Zombieland, he has been kind of like stuck in this, macho conservative man who can't express himself. And I just find that character type just so irritating. And I think it's really held his career back. But here, initially I thought that's the, road he was going to take. But no, his character is so likable and so interesting that I wish he had more screen time. But I think he should get an Oscar nomination as well. All 3 of them. But I like this movie just not as much as you did. It did not make my top 10 list this year.
I find it interesting that you just said that you feel like there's 3 acting performances here worthy of award consideration.
Yes!
But you still didn't like it all that much.
Oh, I liked it.
Sorry, is highly. Because honestly, I would have given it 4 stars if it wasn't for I really cannot stand an open-ended ending unless I know the rest of the story is going to continue somewhere else. I can hope this is not the type of film that usually gets a sequel.
No.
I'm still waiting on my Eastern Promises sequel all these years later.
You're going to be waiting for a long time for that one, my
It's
friend.
not going to happen, yes. So, but I thought that, again, it's so hard to do dark comedy well.
It really is.
Because usually what those films filmmakers trying to do a comedy make a mistake of is they don't realize it needs to take place in a realistic feeling world, and these are characters.
Yes, these are people you can meet on the street.
Yes, and they so easily could have tried to have made Sam Rockwell out to be like a villain.
Not villain, no.
He's
just
villain. He's
immature and kind of dumb.
Yeah, and dumb. Yeah, and so at one point you can absolutely absolutely hate what he's doing, but that doesn't mean that he's not a person and that there's not good in him. This film, I had so much fun with it, and I had no idea where it was going.
Right.
But the payoffs for it weren't just like I felt like in Star Wars, where it was just like, oh, gotcha, what you thought was going to happen didn't happen. It was they had a point to it.
Right.
So for that, I give it, it's the 3.5 stars for me.
Yeah, I give it a 3, and I thought it would be better. People would probably like it better if they saw it on Blu-ray or at home. But if it's, I don't know if it's still in theaters, but if it is and you really want to go see it by all means. Yeah. I just can't rate it as highly as you did.
Okay, fair enough.